So you guys are all caught up in this Bitcoin mania. Now you said I may get a lot of hate for this, dude. I'm not. You couldn't buy me out in one of my mobile home parks in Bitcoin. I don't care that it went to 50,000 because tomorrow it might be at 25,000. It's too speculative, guys. If you, I feel like it's gambling, right?
Yeah.
So Jerry, you want to touch on that?
Yeah, I mean, you hit it on the head. It is speculation. Speculation means I buy something. I hope it goes up in price. I hope that I can sell it, and I hope that I can sell it for more than I paid. And so with speculation, that is not investing. It literally is gambling. It's you might as well go to Vegas, right? So, and it's again, like you look at it's the younger crowd. I don't see a lot of people that are 40, 50, 60 years old that are savvy investors that have actually won some money and done some deals and actually success that are doing Bitcoin and crypto. It's the guys that are, fresh out of college, didn't go to college, haven't.
It's the younger crowd. The younger crowd is sold on Bitcoin, Jerry. You notice that?
And the reason why, none of them will come right out and say this, but they all hope they're going to become billionaires. They think it's a shortcut. And no one will admit that because then the game is out and you're like, oh, okay, it's a scratch ticket. It's a lottery ticket. But every single one of them thinks they're the first and that they're part of the new wave and that this entire wave of currency is going to take over the world. We probably will be on blockchain, but like you said, to think that the Federal Reserve banking system, which is not just the United States, there's a central bank in literally every single sophisticated.
Yeah, and you got the IMF too.
Yeah,
right.
Not only that, you've got in Basel, Switzerland, they've got the Bank of Central Banks. So Germany, World War II happens, right? And so Germany's bank had to pay war reparations, and so they actually formed the Bank for International Settlements, which is in Switzerland, and it was the chairman of the Weimar Republican Bank, and then the Bank of England, and they partnered together and created the Bank for International Settlements. And that's again an unregulated private entity, private corporation. You could go ahead and say they're Nazis, like it's it's the same crew, right? And so they run and regulate all of the central banks in all of the countries. So when you look at this, like to think that these guys, they're responsible for every war that's ever happened, any famine that's ever happened, poverty, racism, everything that we see.
They fund both sides.
They fund both sides of it all. So to think
they fund the media,
there's gonna be like, oh, you got me. I didn't think you guys were gonna come out with a new technology. Like I posted yesterday. At the end of the day, these are people that if you oppose them, you end up at gunpoint or in a cage. Like it's not something where they're just gonna be like, oh, you bested me through creativity. They enforce.
Well, you just I don't mean to cut you off, but I don't want to forget, Jerry. You just said something very important. They approach you at gunpoint. Look what happened, and it was at Lebanon or Libya with Omar Gaddafi. He came out with he said, "Hey, we're going to switch over. We're not doing this currency thing no more. We're going to get on the gold-backed dinar, they call it." And he was going to take all of Africa, and he's going to put them on a gold-backed central currency, backed by gold, called the dinar. And what happened next? The U.S. went in there, bombed him, murdered him. And they bragged about it. Hillary Clinton bragged about it. Said, "Yeah." He goes, she said, something about killing him, and but they took him out. They took him out, saying that he was some type of terrorist, and they installed a new central bank, right?
Yeah.
You know anything about that?
Yeah. And if you look at right now, it's happening with Russia. 2 months ago, and I texted you, Chris, when this came out 2 months ago or so. Putin comes out and makes a public statement. They paid off their very last central bank owned debt. And he said, it was a quote, "We're done with the Rothschild banking dynasty." He said, "We're done with it." Now, if you look at the news today, right now, we're saying Russia is a terrorist threat, that we might have to go to war with them. Guys, these are countries and rulers. So imagine when it's Jimmy, who's 24 years old in his mom's basement, who thinks that he's going to get away with a black market Bitcoin transaction, and they freaking just murdered Gaddafi and Putin. Like Jimmy's no problem.
If you're wondering what does Wealth Dynamics do, how can we actually help you? Number one, if you haven't gotten a copy of my book, Blueprint to Financial Freedom, grab one now. You can get that down in the comments in the video. You can get the link for that. Number two, we do a free course on Fridays on personal finance. Okay, you can also get the link for the description there too. And then finally, if you have a desire to start getting help walking through these different phases toward financial freedom, book a call with my team. Go to our website, set up a call. We're able to help out and answer questions. That's how we can help you. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you turn notifications on, and I will talk to you guys on the next video.